Hi everyone, my name is Shar and you're watching Shar Exotics. It's been a minute since I've posted a YouTube video, over almost 2 years to be honest, or a year and a bit. But yeah, I'm back now, and as you saw on the thumbnail, I am officially a scorpion mom. What? That doesn't sound real. Anyways, I figured I would just make a YouTube video showing you guys how I'm going to set up their brand new enclosures. Yes, I am going to be setting them in bin setups because these guys are not full grown. They are super small still, just too big of an enclosure. They're not going to be able to find what they need. It's going to be super simple setups to start. I just picked them up today, so they're going to be quarantined outside of my reptile room, just in case. I'm pretty sure they should be okay, but we're going to keep them separate for now for probably a month or so, just to make sure they're healthy and good to go. If you're new to this channel, I keep exotic pets and now invertebrates. Actually, I have millipedes, so I guess. Anyways, I keep exotic pets such as snakes, geckos, lizards, and now scorpions and millipedes. So if you're interested in those types of things, please continue watching. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, that would be much appreciated. I'm gonna be posting more often. I say that. Will I actually? I don't know. But I'm gonna try to post more often. And this is the start, okay? So we are starting with a scorpion enclosure setup, okay? And I also have a new video that will be coming in the next month, we're gonna say. I picked up an 8 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot PVC enclosure from Cornell's World at my local reptile expo today. And my boa, Akaza, is going to be getting upgraded from his 4 by 2 by 2 into that tank. So I will be making a video on how I do that build and kind of the process on that as well. So if that's something you would be interested in watching, again, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you know when I post next. If you're interested in seeing how I set up some tanks for my new scorpion buddies, then stay tuned. I'm honestly gonna just be super simple, something that's gonna work for them, and they're gonna have a couple places to hide and a water dish and their substrate, and that's pretty much it. So my first one is an emperor scorpion. I am unsure of the sex. So yeah, this is an emperor scorpion. Now, this is a more humid species. I'm gonna have to have a type of substrate and a bin that's gonna hold humidity a lot more than the second species of scorpion that I got. The second species I got is a desert hairy scorpion, so a more arid species of a scorpion. Also super small still. See if I can get this to focus. Oh, there we go. So there he is, also unsexed. Yeah, so this is gonna be a more arid setup, sand, a mixture of probably sand and a little bit of topsoil, and a water dish and some hides. I'm honestly so excited to have pet scorpions. I've been wanting scorpions for a long time, and I've just never pulled the trigger on ordering them online. I don't know, I feel like shipping just makes me nervous. So yeah, the supplies, basically super simple. I have a little paintbrush here that I'm gonna be using to kind of help move them, because we're responsible pet owners over here, okay? And I have 2 little terracotta like saucers that I'm just gonna use as the water dishes. I have to wash them because these are the bins I'm gonna be using. They're tall enough that I can actually add like a decent layer of substrate and not have to worry about them being like right at the top. And I have this giant thing of just like extra cork that I have. So we're gonna use some of this to make hides for them. I got some leaf litter, oak leaf litter. So I got 3 different kinds of substrates that I'm gonna be mixing together. Some Exoterra jungle earth with reptile soil from Zoomed here, and Exoterra desert sand for the arid species of scorpion. You also could just buy play sand and organic topsoil from like your local, I don't know, hardware store. To be honest, I just like grabbed all of this quickly while I was there, and I just wanted to do this today. So yeah, if you want to save some money, definitely make your substrates yourself. You don't have to necessarily use these exact ones. I was just kind of in a time crunch, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm lazy and I don't feel like mixing big bags of substrate. So I'll just buy this when I need it, like day of. And then also just gonna be mixing in sphagnum moss in the more humid enclosure for my emperor scorpion. Also, if you guys have name suggestions, please drop them in the comments because I really haven't thought of name ideas yet, and I don't know. I want something cool, something spicy, you know? Dark and twisty. I don't know. But yeah, sphagnum moss, and then that's pretty much it. It's just mixing everything together, putting them in the bins, and then letting them kind of adjust into the bins. I'm going to wash them out first. I'm also just gonna like take off these stickers so it looks nicer. Okay, so now they are nice and clean, no more dustiness, perfect. We're gonna start putting in the substrate. So I'm gonna make the bin for the emperor scorpion first. I'll start with the reptile soil, the jungle earth, and a little bit of the desert sand and sphagnum moss all together in this one bin. So that way it's gonna hold humidity well, and it's also gonna hold, scorpion wants to dig tunnels and hide, it'll hold that together more. So that way it doesn't just crumble and all fall apart. Majority of this. Then we're gonna go with a little bit of jungle earth from Exoterra. A tiny bit of the desert sand. And then some sphagnum moss. And then we're just gonna mix it all together. And then we'll give it a good spray down so that way everything is nice and moist. Straight mix is all good to go. I think I'm actually gonna add a little bit more, so that way there's a little bit more of depth into the substrate. But other than that, I think the mixture looks really good. I think that's much better. Definitely more space to burrow there as well. I'm also gonna add a little bit of sphagnum moss onto one side to have more as like a humid side of the bin as well. Spray again. Okay, so next we're going to add some hides using the cork bark pieces that I have. So I've picked out a couple here that I think would be good for the emperor because he is a little bit bigger. I have two pieces here. This one's kind of like curved, so I'm gonna kind of like dig it into a corner, so that way it's like a little cave almost. And then this one here, focus please, is also a little bit curved as well, just a tiny bit, but I'm just gonna kind of squish that one onto one side as well. We're just gonna kind of bury that right there, and then move some of that substrate around, and then we'll put this one right here. And I'll also kind of bury it underneath, like so. And there you have it. So last thing is to add the water dish. So we're just gonna use this little terracotta saucer here, and I'm just gonna put it right there so it's easy access for me to grab and change out putting fresh water in when needed. So yeah, there we have the enclosure for the emperor scorpion. So it's gonna hold a lot of humidity, which is really good, and it should be a decent enough size for him for now. Now this guy will grow to about 7 or 8 inches long once full grown. I don't know why I'm saying he, I actually don't know the sex of the emperor scorpion. So they are going to grow about 7 to 8 inches long at full size. Right now they're only about 1.5, 2 inches maybe. So pretty much this will be good for now. Eventually I would like to put him into a larger tub setup, but this is kind of what we're working with. So we're going to be using a paintbrush to help kind of guide him into the enclosure because we are responsible scorpion keepers over here. And I'm also not trying to get stung on the first day that I got these guys. I'm gonna gently coerce him into the tub here and we'll see how it goes. So this is what he came in. So you can kind of see for reference, like with my hand there, pretty small still, but I think this is a good size bin setup for now. So yeah. There she is. Super cool. Just a little guy for now. So yeah, let's go ahead and add him in. Okay, that's not going as planned, but let's see. Let's gently coerce him. He does not want to come out, apparently. Come on. Oops. That's totally my bad, but okay. I guess I'll just dump him in there. I'll put some of the old substrate in here as well. So beautiful. I was not very majestic with that. I apologize. So cute. We're just gonna put some water in there for him. So there we have it. This is the bin setup for my emperor scorpion. We're gonna go ahead and put the lid on it now, and I'm also gonna go and label it to cover up this name right here because we don't need that. So we'll just cover that up. There we go. Emperor Scorpion Pandinus Imperator. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I totally forgot to add leaf litter. So we're gonna add a little bit of live oak leaf litter. Next is the bin setup for the desert hairy scorpion. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of repti-soil, just a little bit, but again, mostly it's going to be sand because this is an arid species. And then again, I'm just using the desert sand from Exoterra. You very well could use play sand from like your local hardware store, but I was just lazy and I wanted to get it done right away. This guy is a lot smaller, so I'm not going to do as deep of a substrate mix. Let's go ahead and mix that up. I'm going to add a little bit of the jungle earth just for some texture. I think that looks pretty good. Again, it's a decent depth of substrate. This guy's a lot smaller, so I don't want to do anything too crazy. I got two options of hides here. I'm just gonna put one on each side so it gives two options of hiding as well. So pretty much, I think I'll do this side up. I'm just gonna kind of dig that in there. And we'll dig out almost like a tunnel shape for him. And then this one I'll just tuck right here, and again I'll kind of dig out a tunnel. They'll also do some digging themselves, so to be honest, they'll rearrange this to how they like it. And then I'm going to add the water dish and the leaf litter. Water dish right here. And the leaf litter that I forgot to put on in the other tank. Again, this will just add some texture and enrichment. There you have it. Super simple setup, but it still looks appealing to the eyes. At least I would say so. Again, we are using a paintbrush because we are responsible, okay? This guy also seems to be a little more spicy. So we'll see. We'll see how he does here. Again, we're being real careful. There he is. So cute though. Okay, little guy, you wanna go in? Already exploring around. god, that face. Already digging? Love to see it. Okay, so this one is complete. I put the lid on just now, and then I'm also going to label it. The old names on there. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for the setup for these bins. So I guess that concludes my video. Super simple, super basic video, I know. I didn't go into too much details with the care and the feeding and all that fun stuff. If you would like a more in-depth video on the care of these guys or a feeding video or something, let me know in the comments down below. I can for sure put that on my list of video ideas to make for you. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna try my best to get back onto the content game. I've been lacking, but also I actually enjoy making content about my animals because they're my hobby. Like I love doing this kind of stuff. Usually just get so invested into what I'm doing, I forget to like put my phone on record and just make a video. And it does take a lot of time and work to like edit the videos as well. So yeah, follow me on Instagram as well. My username on there is Char Exotics, same as here. I post more reels, content, stories on there as well, just like day-to-day stuff and a little bit of yapping as well. So if that's something you're into, please go and follow me on there. I will hopefully see you guys in the next video.